From Jordan Field on the campus of Harvard University, a huge Ivy League contest today between the 3-6 Dartmouth Big Green and the 17th ranked 6-3 Harvard Crimson. Dartmouth has one of the best face-off men in the Ivy League, Mitchell Myers. And on the other side for Harvard, Andrew DiGiannaro. And it is Harvard who comes away with a face-off win there. Andrew O'Berry picking up the ground ball, got it right back, goes to goal and scores. Quick strike offense. Harvard scores 12 seconds in.
That was fantastic. That was Coach Hutchinson like he's on the field. Teddy Malone knew exactly what he was doing. That pair has run this all week, I imagine, in practice, and that is just great execution. Look at that. It's a 1-on-0 with the goalie. Very little you can do. Harvard off to the start they were hoping for.
And a chance to try to take an early 2-0 lead.
Here's an adjustment here in this first midfield. We had heard Jackson Green might not be on the field. And here's Ip.
Walks in and rifles it top shelf. Logan Ip, the archer, firing an arrow from the quiver just under the crossbar. My goodness. 30 seconds in, it's 2-0 Harvard. Could you have drawn up a better start for the Crimson?
Harvard didn't even have their full substitution on. You can see the excitement. And after the last 2 weeks, Harvard is looking to push around the Big Green. But Coach Kerwin and this face-off group, Mitchell Myers, really need to step up right now.
One thing that really jumps out about this Dartmouth attacking group, they've got size all over the field.
Size everywhere. These midfielders, these attackmen, I think they must be doing back squats with logs up there. Their legs are massive. Coach Kerwin has a lot of athletes to work with.
Colin McGill, their leader. This is Henry Bonney, though. The senior goes upstairs and is able to beat Barnard. Bonney, with his 13th of the season, makes it 2-1.
That was the name that Coach Kerwin had mentioned. He needed Henry Bonney to have a great game, and here, just to respond to Teddy Malone and to that early goal in transition, this is what the Big Green were hoping for.
For 3 quarters, they held down one of the nation's top attacking groups in Virginia. Could not hold it through the 4th quarter, though. Muscling his way in as Myers gets shoved off the ball. Colin Bergstrom with the scoop and takeaway. Here comes one of the outstanding first years, Jack Peterson, in his place. Malone stumbles, feeds back of the net. King turns and scores. Sam King scores again, extending his goal-scoring streak to now 26 in a row.
Teddy Malone pushes off the left wing, and you can see Sam King just gets that Dartmouth defense hung up, and his hands are so quick finishing that he just turns the corner, and you can see the celebration. But this group has a tremendous plus-minus that first midfield today for Harvard so far.
Almost no angle on that shot, but it does not matter for the junior. There's Lucas Hilsenrath. That new look midfield group. King went inside. Blake lost the ball. It's loose. King finds his way to it. Couldn't swim through traffic. Knocked away again. Batted back by Hilsenrath. He saved it for a moment, but the ground ball going to be picked up there by Ben DiGiovanni for the Big Green. Now for Quinn Moore. Darts back toward midfield and resets for Bonney. They want that matchup. Bonney gets to the middle. Bounce shot into the first save of the day for Christian Barnard.
That was a great save, great bounce shot right on cage, and Finn Jensen, fighting for that 4th spot in the defensive midfield, did a great job.
Harvard unsettled, shot by Ip blocked, Ip again denied, and the ground ball is there for Moore. Harvard trying to go quick again. Can they force the turnover? Moore able to keep it in play. Back to the goalie, Mason Morrell.
Adam, I'll turn that question to you. How big a deal is that for a defense to get the goalie the shots he wants to see?
I think every goalie would like to see no shots, but I do agree that certain defenses are built around comfort zones of goaltenders.
Bonney tries to go low, went off the side of the goal. Dartmouth started to celebrate thinking it was in. We said this is a Harvard team that's gone through a series of injuries, mostly on the defensive midfield and defensive end. Here's John Arendt going all the way in, and a leaping backhanded score.
John Arendt has been very tough, and I think he's been a bright spot for this Crimson offense over the last 3 weeks, that I think you might look for an offensive player, but you can see how deliberate he is. He's big, he's physical, he's played on the extra man this year. He just brings so much talent and ability that you love to see him stepping up. As we've seen already, Harvard's adjustment has been moving around Teddy Malone. Dartmouth's adjustment has been the depth of the short stick dodge.
Lapina tries to go from the hard angle, but it's swallowed up by Barnard. Back across Malone. Stutter step dodge, couldn't release the shot. Returns to King again. Gets the screen from him. King still with it, had it knocked away. Great play by Gogan. He comes up with a ground ball, had it knocked loose. Still free, eventually picked up by Colin Niehaus. Slowed them down considerably since then, but the Big Green have yet to really get going on offense.
But Ben, I do think that the Big Green have dominated some possession time.
Here's a shot and a score. Paradine able to get past Logan Darren and tuck it over the shoulder of Barnard. Makes it 4-2.
I think what we've seen so far, Ben, is they're really trying to shoot to the offside of the goalie. A lot of the action has been on this side of the field where they're pushing to get shots to Barnard's offside. And there was no slide there from Harvard.
Here comes the double from Nelson. Extra pass, time running out. Bounce shot, Barnard the save, and he gobbles up the rebound. He wants to run.
That was a great close quarter feed. Malone just off cage, but Peterson playing with a ton of confidence.
Jack Spidell on the turn, gives it up. Peterson across, King goes low to high.
Wow, that was just great ball movement. Speedell to Peterson across the cage to King, who takes the left-handed time and room shot from about 10 yards. This Harvard ball movement is just really tough to stop when they get it going. You can see Dartmouth just running at the Harvard offense.
Number 2 of the day for Sam King.
That's an example of how hyper-skilled he is. That might be his first time in room left-handed goal of the season, at least at home this year.
15 seconds to try to get another goal. It's Malone rolling. Malone looking, finding. Oh, shot off the bar from Peterson. Point blank chance, he couldn't bury it. King, one final shot, that one's high. 0.2 of a second. And that will do it for the first quarter as Johnston will rifle it upfield. Close call there at the end for Peterson, but Sam King once again putting his stamp all over the game early on. Here comes O'Neal. Dangerous pass, almost threw it behind Morrell. Now he gets knocked down. Heat coming here. Almost given away, and now Harvard does come up with a steal. Ip in transition. Botkus loads up, fires low. Morrell with a kick save a mile high. Jump ball is loose, and Morrell wins the battle. Fakes one way, goes the other. Jordan all over him. Bonnie again, tries to muscle his way in. Shot low, save made.
And trying to generate as many problems for the defense as they can.
Oh, Rogan slips. That's a tough one there. Takeaway for Finn Jensen. Here comes Peterson. Roll dodge. Double team. Johnston forces him back. Behind the back shot and a score. Fancy from Spidell. Give them all the chicken cutlets for that one.
That was just great offense. Harvard's really moving the ball. And Jack Spidell takes advantage of really having a ton of skill. You see he dodges that right alley. He puts that behind the back at like 10 or 12 yards. So that is a fantastic goal.
They played with their academics a little bit in terms of aligning everything with the COVID year because you don't have the ability to play as a grad student in the Ancient Eight. So they are all still undergrads with their 5th year, albeit their 4th year of competition on the field. It's a big reason why Dartmouth has been able to establish a good culture with a new coach.
Sean Kerwin has always been able to talk about X's and O's at a whiteboard level because he just grew up. Like he mentioned on the phone call, he knew in the 4th grade he wanted to be a coach.
This game has settled into a much more deliberate tempo after the first couple minutes, which were wild. We had 3 of our 8 goals scored in the first minute and a half.
It's been a really pretty brutal second period here, second quarter for the Dartmouth offense.
Lapina gets it up top. Bonnie tried to move it quick, but the pass was not connected. Paradine didn't look it into the stick. Fee finds the ground ball, sends it all the way across. Lapina fake, a shot and a score. Things got scrambled a little bit defensively for Harvard, and Fee found the ground ball and great cross-field vision to connect to Lapina.
That was great offensive IQ, the cross-field pass, and watch this awareness, the pump fake to get a look at the goal and then just blasting away, changing planes low to high. You see the second view here. Just great lacrosse. That's definitely more art than science right there, and that's a big finish for Dartmouth.
Harvard does not want that again. Ip can't answer, denied by Morrell. Everybody fighting for this ground ball. Won by Johnston. Bonnie goes this way in that. And off for Fee. Paradine wanted the deep shot. Forced away by Campisi, and now the ball's loose. Scooped up by Logan Darren. Harvard running a little bit of time here. Now Arendt starts the movement with 15 to King. 13. King trying to shimmy free with 8 seconds. King gets inside, dishes a leaping shot from Blake, and he scores.
That was incredible. That was incredible. Sam King, it's almost like some kind of Jedi stuff going on there. The way he held the ball on that right wing on the island, that 7-7 spot, and his teammates just knew to crash the backside post. You can see how excited number 1 is right there for Harvard, but that was just a great look. 7-3 is different than 6-3, especially in a game like this. And here you see, look at that, the slide comes too late. Second slide late down the backside, and that's why Blake's able to put in the 7th goal.
Seemingly no room to operate, and somehow Sam King finds a lane to get it through to Blake. Face-off guys, the goalies, and the sub-box, and he says that's sort of an unsung role on the staff, but really a critical one.
That leads back to...
Chance in front, a bounce shot, and off the side of the goal. Loose ball scooped up by Nelson, a chance in close, but couldn't find the angles. Bonnie.
I'm going to give this to Hills and Rath instead. And you can see Finn Jensen coming right up the near side to get some offensive substitution on.
Is that maybe just a sign of sort of a player maturing as he, grows into an upperclassman? Leaping shot stopped by Morrell.
I think so. He's so aware, and that was a great move right there by Sam King off the crossbar.
There's King operating out of the back to Peterson. King again, searching, feeding. A shot and a score. Botkus switching to the right side, just sneaking it through Morrell.
That play right there is a Miles Botkus calling card. He plays box lacrosse all summer, and you can see the twister off the far side. That is a fantastically, just a hyper-skilled move. And Miles Botkus, that's his layup move in tight, and that's a great goal for the...
Now once again, the feed comes from King. 5-point day now for the junior captain for Harvard. Botkus with his first of the day, 9th of the year. Thank you very much, Joel. From your perspective as a coach, when is it a good idea? When is it a bad idea?
I say when the player does it reactively, it's a great idea. When you think about it, and you can tell from the fans and from the sideline if it's hesitation. If it comes naturally, I'm all for it.
At the prospect of a numbers advantage there after winning that ground ball.
Harvard's making the right decisions.
Botkus in front, turning around. King is denied. The leaping shot, and Morrell with a great positional save there. Off the screen, tough pass. Low shot off the side of the goal. Stays in play for Malone. Tries to deke away from Cohen. Goes this way and that. Cohen trying to stay with him. Bounce shot Malone. Cohen altered it, and Morrell will clamp down on it. That was excellent defending there from the first year, Will Cohen.
You can tell that the Harvard offense, the individuals have confidence. It's just trying to really capitalize, which is a big part of growth and development here as players.
Now it's Cohen through the midfield. He's going to take it in, and he scores! The first career goal for Will Cohen. Sean Kerwin talked about his athleticism, and that was a great athletic play there.
That was a fantastically athletic move from the midfield. You can see the first year splits the double. High bouncer right under the crossbar. Great goal.
Well, unfortunately for you, he opted to go to Tufts for the education degree. He said he was just sort of expecting to become a teacher and a high school coach, and then Coach Daly sort of turned his brain onto the idea of coaching at Tufts, and he said, well, I can coach without having to be a teacher? That's even better. Leaping shot and a score. Blake gets his second of the day, and a quick answer there for Harvard.
That has been the move that the Harvard offense has been trying to finish and click all day. See how well they're moving the ball, that strong hand upfield step. Actually kind of a tough move, that run the hash upfield move, and he shoots back.
Out there with Ip and Botkus now as the midfield trio. Botkus with it, left alleyway. Around the back, Spidell in front, a shot and a save made. Loose ball swept back into the crease for Morrell. He'll create the space to slow it down. Bonney, a quick shot denied by Barnard. First save in a while for Barnard. Now Harvard wants numbers the other way. Dartmouth trying to get the subs on quick. In front, a shot and a score. Botkus right in front, snuck behind everybody.
That's 2 in a row, if I'm correct, for Miles Botkus, Ben. He's come out to play a big third quarter, and you can see off and running the Harvard Crimson. Owen Guest is playing with his head up. That's the easiest goal that Miles Botkus might score all year.
Easily 4 or 5 goals. He's got 2 as it is. 4 helpers. Dangerous path found its way to Hilsenrath. He turns the corner, fires and scores. That looked like it almost bounced in off a Dartmouth defender. It's going to go as a goal, though, for Hilsenrath.
To Hilsenrath's credit, he's a strong right-handed player. That's his second left-handed shot this game. So you can see he wins his matchup, no trail check, and then shoots it back behind the goalie. Great footage here. You can see how he beats his defender. Very little you can do in the goal. That's a terrific shot.
Third of the year for Hilsenrath, junior from Maryland.
It allows you to run certain things offensively and defensively with the personnel. To your point, everyone's a little bit more comfortable with the scheme and their other teammates.
Davis with a whip shot. He gets on the board. First of the day for Nate Davis.
That was a beautiful goal. You saw him dodge from deep in the corner, definitely trying to isolate his defender. That was a strong right-handed dodge. He turns Colin Bergstrom's hips, and he shoots that to the offside on a beautiful bounce shot.
All Ivy League second teamer a year ago. And every year is different. You know, just because a guy has had success in the past does not mean that success is a given all the time. In front, McGill tries to go behind the back, and he sneaks it in. First of the day for Dartmouth's leading scorer. And the Big Green do have back-to-back goals for the first time today.
The lefty posting up on the right side. Very unique delivery here. He goes behind the back-ish. And that looks like it was tipped off maybe Martin Nelson? Or is that number 14? Is that Tommy Rogan that gets the tip for Dartmouth? But that ball definitely had some English.
Well, they don't give you style points necessarily. They just say, did it cross the goal line? And that it did. Like you said, this is a Big Green team that is not going to give up. Great stop there by Morrell. Good look for Ip.
For Dartmouth in the defensive short stick midfield.
Hilsenrath gives it back to Dowling. Extra pass to King. Fed it back. Bounce shot and a save. Good look for Arndt. Morrell got just enough of it, though.
Riding and clearing along with facing off. Those are the toughest things to learn as a young head coach. And it's just always evolving. You see 2 teams with 2 different approaches here. Harvard trying to play fast.
Here's a shot and a score. Botkus with a second half hat trick.
Ben, I just got quiet there. I just had a feeling that something was going to happen on this near side.
You were
Miles
right.
Botkus explodes out of the substitution area. Gets to set his feet. How about that feed by Teddy Malone? That is a great shot. We could hear that click. I hope the microphones picked it up for the crowd at home, but that is a confidence builder for Miles Botkus and this Crimson offense, now up 6 goals.
Davis fed to the front. McGill again trying to sneak one through. Paradine with 5. Shot from Davis and a save. That resets the clock. Battle for the ground ball. Barnard trying to pull it out of the pile. Somebody's just sitting on top of it here. Officials might have to blow this one dead. I don't know if anyone's going to come out of the pile with this. On we go, and it's creeping toward the goal. Eventually, Barnard scrambles his way to it. Harvard in transition. Here comes Ray Dirth. Hands to King, stumbles, loses it. Battle for the ground ball. Back out to midfield. Now it's Dartmouth unsettled. Bonnie turns, draws the double. Looking for the dish, got it across. Shot from Rogan, save Barnard. That's going to reset the 60, and a diving effort by Guest is going to award him the backup. Graham Blake back across. Malone turns it out. Peterson slips it inside. A low shot from King denied. Malone tries a hard angle shot wide, and the Big Green win the backup. Well, it certainly paid off.
Yeah, that one word, I'll never forget it. But here you go, Charlie Muller's in. They're making some changes down low, taking off Logan Darren, who's had a fantastic game in last few games, in my opinion, is kind of the off-ball shutdown guy.
Nice job by DiGiovanni to hang on to it here. The big man lost the handle, though, and it's Nelson who scoops it up. Trying to avoid an 0-3 start in Ivy League play, but they're running out of time here. 3 minutes to go. And Harvard with it. Up by 6. Peterson pumps. King, tough catch. Better finish. 7 points for number 7. He is the man for Harvard. Sam King is the difference maker for the Crimson, as he adds on his 3rd of the day to make it a 7-point Harvard lead. Chance here on the run for Dartmouth, but a little bit of a bobble. Eventually secured by Tucker. He's going to fire a shot and score. Logan Tucker picks up his first career goal.
I was just about to make a comment that this will be a part of the team that really improves. With Coach Kerwin wanting to play fast, you're going to score easier goals going from defense to offense. This group, which we mentioned a few minutes ago, will be critical in Coach Kerwin's plan of elevating the Big Green.
Here's Moore trying to work himself free. Got it to Bonnie. His try, stopped by Barnard or the post, not sure who got that one. Campisi with it, able to flip it on up ahead. Guest on the go. Lets the horn sound, and that will do it. Harvard gets its revenge from a year ago, and they round out the homestand with a victory. A much-needed one for Harvard, as the Crimson pick up their first Ivy League win of the season.